Hello all, welcome back to TSInfo Technologies YouTube channel. In the previous video, we saw about convert Excel column values into a list with the help of Power Automate Desktop. Now, I will explain you about how to concatenate strings by using the Power Automate Desktop flow. So let's see what are the examples I'm going to cover in this video. In this video, you will know about concatenate two strings, concatenate a string and a variable, concatenate two data tables, concatenate Excel sheet values. So these are the four examples will be provided in this video. So let me open my Power Automate desktop and let me create a flow. I have launched my Power Automate desktop app and created a flow. If you are not aware of how to create a flow in a desktop, I will provide a tutorial link for the I will provide a tutorial link for this. You can go and check it out. Here I have already designed the flow. Let me explain the flow in a step by step. First, under the actions pane, you will get all the action. When you search the action, it will retrieve the specific action. Suppose if I was searching for set variable, then it will give the set variables which is under the variables section. When you drag and drop it into the workspace, it will be added into the workspace here. First one is the set variable. Our first example is concatenating two text strings. So I took a set variable here. So to concatenate the text strings, this is the one text I took, Henrietta, and this is another text, Muller, and these text strings to be concatenated with the space. Here you have to provide percentage before and after to the text. This apostrophes represent it is a text. If you are not providing the apostrophes, the Power Automate may consider it as a variable. So you need to provide a apostrophes when you are giving the text. Percentage Henrietta inside the apostrophes plus, with the plus operator we were concatenating in a Power Automate desktop flow. With the help of this operator plus operator, we were concatenating these two text strings, and within a single quotes I have provided the space plus, and within a apostrophes Muller, and close the percentage. Let me save this and run the flow and show it to you. You will get the name here in the name variable. As you can see, Henrietta Muller. It has been concatenated. Now let's concatenate a string plus a variable. For the variable, I took another set variable action, and the value here I provided as EMP001, which is an employee ID. I have renamed this variable to employee ID and then click on save. I took one more set variable where I will concatenate that previous string and the text. Here I have provided or renamed the variable name as employee ID name. In the employee ID name, we have to provide the employee ID variable and the text what you have to and the text what you wanted to concatenate. Let me show you this value how I took here. When you click on this select variable, then it will display all the flow variables which is present. Then it will display all the flow variables. Under this, we have to select the employee ID variable. So I took the employee ID. So this is the employee ID here. See, it has added the employee ID. Then inside the percentage, take place. Don't provide here any single quotes because employee ID is a variable, so you don't need to provide a single quote. Then plus, here I'm concatenating with the hyphen, so within a single quote, and next to that plus within apostrophes. Provide the text what you wanted to concatenate. Here I am providing a name. This is how it will be. Now the expression is all solved. In this way, you can take the expression. Now let me click on this save and run the flow. The variable has been saved in the employee ID name. So we have to open the employee ID name under the flow variable sections. You can see here it has concatenated the variable with the hyphen and the text. So this is how you can concatenate variable and a string. Now let me show you how to concatenate or merge data tables. So I have created a new data table here. If you don't know how to create a new data table, I will also provide this tutorial link in the video description. You can go and check it out there. When you click on the edit, it has project name and the project start date. And I have renamed the variable produced here to projects. And I have another data table where it has the columns like project ID, project name, project start date, and the status. This variable produced, I have renamed it to project details. Click on save. If you wanted to concatenate or merge the values from the two data tables, we need to take a merge data table action into the workspace. This will merge two data tables together, specifying the. So here the project details have 4 columns, but the second data table, that is projects data table, has only 2 columns, which is project name and the project start date. Now I wanted to merge whatever the 2 columns into the project details data table. So I have to take the first data. If I was merging in the first data table, you can take in which data table you were merging for. So it will merge all the values into the first data table only. Here I was merging into the project details. So I took here project details variable. From the flow variables, you can take the project details, and the second data table will be projects. Here the merge mode will be ignoring extra columns, because here the merge mode will have 3 options, that is ignore extra columns, add extra columns, error on the extra columns. If there are any extra columns, irrespective of the main data table, values are not present, you can add it as an extra columns. If that values are not present, ignore that extra columns, or it will also give you a error on extra columns. Then click on save. I selected the option here as ignore extra columns. Let me save this. Run the flow. Now let me open the project details one. You can see here the project name and the project start date has been added from the project name and the project start date has been added from the projects data table. This is how you can merge or concatenate the values of two data tables. So let me explain the final example, that is how to concatenate values from the Excel sheet columns. This is the Excel file where I have project ID, project name, project start date, project end date, department, and the status. Now I have a project ID and the project name columns and the values. I wanted to concatenate the project ID and the project name. So let's see how you can do that with the desktop flow. So on the first step, you need to launch the Excel. So we have already the existing Excel file. So I take here the option of in the launch Excel. From the drop down, take and open the following document. In the document path, either you can paste the path here, or else you can select from the select file option. Select a file option. When you click on this, it will open your file explorer where you can select the files from it. See, It will open this and you can select the file from here. When you click on open, then it will automatically add that file here into the launch Excel. Then click on save. This launch Excel will open a new Excel instance on the desktop when the flow runs. Then click on save. Now take another action, that is get first free column and row from the Excel sheet. You don't need to provide any, you don't need to configure anything here. It will automatically add the Excel instance from the previous step, where this action will retrieve the first free column or a row from the active worksheet, which means suppose these are the rows and these are the columns. It will get first free row means 13 is the first free row, and here G will be the first free column, because all the rows and columns has been filled here. So it will get that first free column and the first free row. Now I wanted to read the Excel data which is present in the active worksheet. So select read from the Excel worksheet. In the Excel instance, it's already been selected the option which is from the previous step. In the retrieve, you can select the range of options. Here I'm selecting the values from the range of cells, and the start column will be A. Here the start column will be A and the start row will be 1. Start row will be 1. 1 and the end column. You can determine this end column by using the option of the free column variable. Here you can get the free column variable, free column and the free row variables. When you select this free column variable, after that give the -1 here, so that it will take the value which is above to the free column. As in the same way, take the first free row -1, so that it will take the exact column values which has been filled with the data. Then click on save. Now we have all the values retrieved from the Excel worksheet. Let me create into a list the values. When you take here the create new list, when you take create a new list action, it will create a empty new list where you can add the items into the new list. The create new list will produce a variable of list, and then click on save. Else you can also rename this value into according. You can also rename this variable produced according to your preference. We have the list of items from the Excel sheet. So I'm looping it to through for each variable. Add here for each loop. In the for each loop, you need to iterate the Excel data. This Excel data is coming from read from Excel worksheet. So take the variable of Excel data and it will store the values into the current item, and then click on save. Here I'm setting a variable where I wanted to only take and concatenate project ID on the project name. So this is the expression I provided here, where I hard-coded project ID is equals to, and to retrieve the project ID, we need to take percentage current item, and within a single brackets in the single quotes project ID. So let me show you how to take this if you are confused. First, let's take the current item. Inside to the current item, insert the single brackets. Inside to the current item, insert square brackets, and within a single quote we need to provide the project ID, and To the whole of this, provide a single quote. And then here, this is the hard coded value, current and project name is equals to. In the same way, you can take the current item and the project name. This is how you have to provide the expression and then click on save. Now it will retrieve the values of project ID concatenating with the project name. So concatenating with the project name, and in the variable I have provided this. I have renamed this variable as list of projects and then click on save. Now we have two variables, that is one is list and the list of variables. Now I wanted to add this list of projects into the list. So let me add an item to the list action, and in the add item take list of projects which has the project ID and the project name. I was adding it into the list variable. Then click on save. Now it will loop through all the items present in the SharePoint, items present in the Excel sheet, and it will add that list of items into this list. Now we have the value. Let me concatenate that values with a separate line. So all the values has been stored into a list variable. So I take here the list variable action, and here but to join this text, the join text action converts a list into a text values by separating its items with a specified delimiter. Here I am separating that items which are present in that list with the help of a standard line. With the help of a standard line. Here specify the list to join with a variable, that is list variable, and the delimiter here will be the standard one. If you want, you can also choose the custom one. If you choose the custom one, the standard delimiter won't be appear here. Won't be appear here. In the standard delimiter, there are three delimiters will be present: space, tab, and the new line. Here I am selecting the new line, and the times will be 1 because it has been present one time only. Provide the times as 1, and in the variables produced will be the joined text here, and click on save. This is the whole flow. Let me save and run the flow. Run the flow. Now you can see the flow will run. Now the flow executed successfully. All the items has been concatenated and stored into a joined text variable action, which is a joined text. Let me open the joined text variable. You can see all the values here which has the concatenated of project ID and the project name. This is the values that has been present. This is how to concatenate the values from the Excel sheet with the help of the Power Automate desktop. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's see you back with one more video tutorial next week. Keep learning.